So I'm going to put a little graph. It's not the best, but it'll work. Okay, the first ones I'm going to start with are a little bit easier. So I have y equals x plus 2. That one's ready to graph. And y equals 3x minus 2. That one is also ready to graph. Okay, the reason I say that is because they both have y equals. In a little bit, we kind of have to move things around. So let's just start with this top one. It says I go, do you want me to turn the heat off yet? No. It says I go up to what number? 2. So over here, boys, it's been a while, so I need to make sure you're paying attention. You'll go up here to 2. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this is my X and Y axis. Can y'all see that a little bit better? Okay, so I went up 2. Is everybody good with that? What's the slope? What's that number in front of X? An understood 1. So you go where? Up 1 and over 1. Do y'all remember that? So from this point, I'm going to go up 1 and over 1. And that's my line. That's my equation right there. The line for my equation. Okay, I'll graph the second one. I'll do it in red. Tell me if you can't see that. Where does this one start at? Negative 2. So that means you go down 2. So I'm going to go down 1, 2. And plot that point. Everybody good with that? And from there, where do I go? Up 3 and over 1. Remember, it's always, if there's no number, you put it over 1. Up 3 and over 1. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And I would draw that line. Can y'all see where they cross? They cross right here. Can anybody tell me what that ordered pair is? What is that answer? So if I start right here, I go to the right how many? Over 2. And up 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of hard to tell. It's not the best graph. That's my answer. Okay? That's where the graphs cross. We'll do several. And then I'll also show you how to do it with a calculator. Questions on that one though? We're okay with it? Kind of. Let's do another. I'll make some up. Actually, I better not make them up because then they'll end up with fractions. Let me look up one. This one, 3x, 2x plus 4, and x plus 2. I'm going to change that one. I think it's 2x plus 4. Is that what I said? Yeah, 2x plus 4 and then x plus 2. So that one's actually staying the same. They use that same equation. So let me graph both of them again. Okay? So let's start with the top one. Where's my starting point? I go up 2. That's right there. That's what that says. Up 2. So I'm going to go up 1, 2. From there, let me put a different graph. I think I have a Post-it that y'all might can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay, can y'all see that graph a little better? Okay, because the other one, the lines are just terrible. So I'm going to go up 2, that's right there. Now what's my slope again on this one? It's an understood 1. See, there's no number right there, so it's 1x. It's not 0x, it's 1x. So you go up 1 and over 1. And then I connect my dots. Okay, everybody good with that? Now let's do the second one. What's this starting point? Up how many? Up 4. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. And what's my slope on this one? Up 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1. Okay, where do they cross? Right here. What is that point? Can y'all tell?
Just go over 2.
-2, and then do we, yeah, very good, 0. We don't go up or down any. That's my answer. That's where both of the graphs cross. One more of those? Yes? Anybody still writing? Good with that? Let me see what other one I have. I'm gonna move that up a little bit. Let's see. Y equals 2x, that's my first equation, and y equals -2x plus 8 is my second equation. So on this one, what's my starting point? What did they add to it? Nothing. What do we call that number? 0. So on that one, and that's a direct variation, y'all probably don't remember that, but it doesn't move up or down any, it just starts right here at the origin. Then where does it go? What's my slope? Up 2 over 1. Yeah, remember, put it over 1. So up 2 over 1. If you need to make several points, you can. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And then just connect your dots. Is everybody good with that one? The other one, what's my starting point? 8. It says, okay, you're not going to start at the origin, you're going to go up 8. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And from there, where do I go? What's that -2 mean? Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. You can make several points if you need to. So can y'all see where they cross? They cross right there. What's that ordered pair? So we would go right 2 and up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my answer. Okay? Y'all want one more before I show you the calculator? Maybe? Yes? No? Anybody? Do y'all want one where it has a fraction for the slope? Yeah? I mean, it's not going to change anything that you do. It's just you go rise and run. But let me see if I can find one that has a fraction. I don't see one. There it is. Okay. 1/2 x plus 7. Let me erase this. Y equals 1/2 x plus 7. That's the first equation. And the second one is 3/2 x plus 3. Okay? So let's graph the first one. What's my starting point on the blue one? I go up where? Up 7. Does everybody see that? It's +7, so I'm going to go up 7 on my graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From there, where do I go? What's my slope? Up 1 over 2. Okay, so do y'all remember that? That's the fraction. Up 1 over 2. So up 1 over 2. Oops, kind of off a little bit on that. I got off a little bit. Okay, the next one, what's this starting point? 3. 1, 2, 3. And where do I go from there? Up 3 over 2. Up 1, 2, 3, and over 2. Up 1, 2, 3, and over 2. That's where it should probably have met. I just didn't draw my lines straight. So that right there, that's really where they should have met. So what's that point? It's over 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start again. 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's over 4 and up 9. That's my answer. Okay, how do we feel about those? Is it just terrible? Normally it's just terrible. Do y'all want to see with the calculator? Okay. The calculator, the good thing is if it's multiple choice and you don't have to graph, it can give you your answer like that. Like you don't have to do any math. But if you need to graph it, like if they give you like some graph paper, then you'll have to go to a table and make some points, okay? So if you don't want to use your graphing calculator, then don't pay attention on this part. But if you're interested in using it, take it out or pay attention, okay? I might do some, I'll do some different ones. Let's look at, actually, this is what we'll do. We'll start back with our first one, okay? This is the very first problem that we did. So the good news, so far, the first half of class, they all say y equals. In a little bit, they won't. But, so what do I press on my calculator? Y equals. And if there's anything in there, clear it out, okay? Now we just type them in. What's the first one say? X plus 2. Do y'all remember where the X is? If not, it's this little button right here. Do y'all see all those letters? That's your variable. So X plus 2. Press enter. And then we'll fill out the next one. What does this one say? 3x minus 2. So 3x minus 2. Don't put the negative sign, put the minus sign. It matters. Okay? Anybody lost so far? We're good. Now press graph. Okay? So there they are. I'm going to show you how to find the answer first, and then I'll show you how you would graph it on your paper. So to find the answer, this is where it's a little bit new to us if you're using the calculator. We need to find that point. So we're going to calculate something. Do y'all see how this blue calculate button right here? It's in blue. So guess what you have to press first? The blue button. So you're going to press second calculate. Okay? So do that. Second calculate. Does everybody see this option? What are we looking for? Where they intersect, where they cross. What number is that? 5. So press 5, or you can go down to it and press enter, but I'll just press the number 5. And then all you do is it needs to calculate, so you just press enter, enter, enter. What it's doing is it's trying to calculate it. Don't press it really fast because your calculator's not that fast. So watch, I'm going to press enter. Then it says second curve. I'm going to press enter again. And now it says, okay, I need you press enter one more time, and it's going to calculate. And what's my answer? 2, 4. There's your answer.
How do you zoom out?
Let's see. What's your window? Oh, just press zoom 6, and that should take you to a standard window. And that's what we should be dealing with. Okay, how was that? It's not bad, is it? That's if it says y equals, then you can do that. The only problem is, what if I needed more than just that answer? What if I told you, that's half your credit. Yay, you found the answer. I needed to see it on your graph. Do y'all remember how to put that on your graph? Probably not. Like this is what I need you to have it on here, right here. So you can't just draw random lines. So you're going to press on your calculator. I know that answer's right there. That's fine. We need to go to our table. So press second table. And do you see all these numbers? I have my blue line right here. And then that's my red line right here. You get to pick some ordered pairs. I don't care which ones. What numbers look small for the blue line? Yeah, how about these? Let's go -2, 0. And what's another ordered pair you want to use?
0.
Yeah, and you can use 0, 2, any of them. All right, so I'll plot those points. Let me go to -2, 0. And then she said 0, 2. And then there we go. Just draw your line. All right, what would I do for my red graph? Some of y'all aren't color-coded. It's fine. It just depends on what kind of calculator you have. For your red graph, let's go to the red ones. So do you want to pick numbers like -20? Absolutely not. So for the red graph, how about the 0, -2, and 1, 1. Do those look good? So I'm going to go 0, -2, and then, what was the other one? 1, 1. There we go. And I draw that graph. And doesn't it look like it crosses at 2, 4? So that's what you would have to do. Does this make sense? I feel like it's a lot of information. We're good so far. Do y'all want me to do one more with the calculator? Probably. I want to do one more with the calculator. And then we'll kind of move on. Okay. We'll do one with a fraction. Let me find a different one. Let's look at, bless you. Let's see what that answer is. There we go. Y equals -1/2 x plus 2. And y equals 1/2 x plus 6. Okay? And this one we'll do with calculator. All right? These are great still. We can just type them in just how they are. So if you have your calculator, press y equals and clear them out. And then you're going to type in -1/2 x plus 2. Is everybody okay with that? And it's not a minus sign. If it's a negative, don't put a minus sign. Put the negative sign. It's down there at the bottom. Yeah, you absolutely can. If you want to put them in parentheses, this is what it would look like. 1 divided by 2 x plus 6. Either way, it's going to be fine on it. The negative sign, if you're looking for it, it's right here. This is the negative sign. That's a minus sign. Notice the difference, okay? And then what do we press? Graph. Is everybody ready for me to press graph? Okay. And we should have 2 lines. There they go. And we need to find where they intersect. How do I do that? What do we press? Second trace. Which one? Number 5. So I just press number 5. And then how many times do we press enter? 3 times. And don't go too fast. Because if you do, it's like it doesn't do one of them. So you press enter, enter, and then on the guess, you press enter again. And you'll know, it'll say intersection once it's found its answer. There's the answer. It's -4, 4. So if it was just a multiple choice question, you are done. You don't even have to graph it. But if it is not multiple choice, how do we graph it? Yeah, you'll press second table. Okay, so we've got our answer right there. I'm going to move this over. Second table, and let's pick some numbers. If you don't like decimals, don't pick decimals. Okay, so let's look at our blue numbers first. Which ones do y'all want to pick? Maybe -2, 3, and what was another one? 2, 1. Yeah, or you could have picked 0, 2. So over -2. Oh, that's crooked. Hold on, I gotta straighten that up a little bit. Okay, I still know better. Over -2, up 1, 2, 3. And then what? Over 2 and up 1. Right, 2, up 1. There's my first line. Now my red one, what are some numbers you might want to pick? I might pick this 3 and 4. Does that look good for y'all? So I'm going to go -6, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 1, 2, 3. And -4, 4. That's right there where they cross. Okay. So that would be the graph, and then you already had the answer. We're good so far? Yeah? Now are we ready to change it up a little bit, where we actually have to solve for y? We're doing the same thing. Sometimes they just don't give us the easy equation. Okay. So, let's say that we have I'll do this one. Y equals -x minus 4. That one's great. It's already solved for y. But then they have 4x minus y equals negative 1. What's wrong with that one? Is the y by itself? No. So you have to get the y all by itself. Does anybody know what to do? What's over there with the y? The 4x. So how do you move the 4x? You subtract it. Another way to think of it, y'all, if I'm moving something to the other side, like I'm going to move that whole 4x, let me just change it, okay, to a negative. Or just think, okay, subtract 4x. You can't really subtract that. All you're doing is moving it over. Is everybody okay with that? Just move it over there. So I have negative y. That's still going to be a problem. We'll fix it in a minute. And then we have a negative 4x and a minus 1. Does anybody not understand that? I just took my 4x. If you change it to the other side, you change it. Okay? It was positive, so it became what? Negative. Is everybody good so far? Now, the only other problem with this one is it says negative y. Can you have negative y? No. Your graphing calculator doesn't say negative y equals, it says y equals. So if I'm going to change that sign, what do I have to do with everything? Change everything. Or you can think, let me just divide by negative 1. You can think of it either way. Me, I just think, I'm just going to change every sign. All right, so I would just write, if I thought of it that way, y equals 4x plus 1. I changed everything. Or if you want to think of it as, let me just divide everything by negative 1. What happens to all of them? Well, that becomes positive, that becomes positive, that becomes positive. Okay? So there's my two equations. That one and that one. Now can we graph them? Now it's just what we did earlier. So the only thing new is we have to move things around. So let me graph. Do y'all want me to use the calculator or not? Yes? Okay. Not everybody has it, so I wish I could move that down. Or actually I can zoom out a little bit. That doesn't help. Okay, I'll just do that. All right, so the first equation, oh, y'all want me to graph it. I'm going to go to y equals, okay, and I will clear it out. And I'm going to type in negative x minus 4. And then what was the second one? I wrote right here, 4x plus 1. 4x plus 1. Then what do we press? Graph. And make sure that says negative x minus 4. Don't put a minus sign in front. Okay, when I graph it, there they are. So how do I find that answer? We press second trace number 5, enter, enter, enter. And my answer is negative 1, negative 3. Okay, are we good so far? Do y'all want me to graph it on paper, or do y'all think y'all got that part now? Everybody's got that? Let me see what's on this paper. I'm tempted to give y'all a few minutes. Actually, I might need to go over one more. We might do some of these together. Here, I'll do one of these with y'all, and then I'll let y'all kind of work on some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Some of them are, and usually they're super easy because in this chapter, I think I keep everything multiple choice. Or a lot of times I do on the test. But I want y'all to turn to number, do y'all want me to do 2 or 4? I'm going to make y'all do one of those. Do y'all want me to do 2 or 4?
The harder ones to get it out of the way fast.
I'll do 4, because number 2, it looks like it's negative, but they change. So I'll do number 4. Am I missing? Oh, stop. Okay. This is hers. All right, so let's look at number 4, and I'll erase that. What's the problem with both of these equations? They don't say y equals. I think there's only 1 or 2 other ones that are like this on today's paper. Okay, so we have to solve them. So I'm going to start with the top equation. 5x plus 4y equals 9. I have to get y all by itself. So what's the first thing that I have to do? The 5x. It's positive, so what's it going to become?
Negative.
Negative. So, but I'll write the step out. Some of y'all can skip this step, but basically, when you move it over, it becomes the opposite. So 4y equals negative 5x plus 9. Okay, almost done. There is only one more thing with the y. What is it? The 4. So what do we do with it? We don't subtract, we divide. So your first step is always add or subtract, then divide. So I'm going to divide everything by 4. We do get a decimal at a time. So 4 divided by 4 divided by 4. So y equals, leave that as a fraction because that means that's just your slope. You'll use that one. Negative 5/4 x. And what's 9 divided by 4? 2.25? 2.25. Okay. Now let's do the other one. That one is yucky. We'll just kind of guess at it. All right. 4x plus 4y equals 8. So can I erase that, or is anybody still writing all that? Because I just want to erase that so we can say, okay, there's our first equation. Now I'm going to do the other one in red. 4x plus 4y equals 8. How do I solve for y?
Move 4 and make it negative.
Yeah, move the 4x. And it just becomes negative since it was positive. So 4y equals negative 4x plus 8. Then what's still with the y? The 4. So what do I have to do with it? Divide everything by 4. Okay? Every little thing by 4. This one's much better because it divides even. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Divide by 4.
So basically it would just be
Negative 1x plus 2. And now I can graph them. Okay? Y'all want me to use the calculator to let it deal with all of the numbers? Okay. So I'm going to go to my calculator. If you don't have one, I will show you again how to do this by hand if you need me to. So go to y equals and clear it out. Y'all, do I have a question so far? If I'm going too fast, y'all got to say something. Nobody? Yeah.
when do we get to go home?
At the end of the day. But you're out next Monday.
Oh, yay.
So you've already got a break. All right. Y equals, let's do the blue one first. Negative 5/4. So if y'all want to put it in parentheses, you can. X plus 2.25.
Does the parentheses do anything different?
No, not really. Not on this one. Sometimes I use parentheses a lot just because I want to be careful with my fractions. So I usually do them. But it doesn't matter on this. Then the next one, what is it? Y equals negative 1x. Normally I don't put the 1, but I'm going to show you that you can and it's just fine. Is everybody okay so far? Then we press the graph button. And there's where they intersect. How do I find that? I can tell what that answer is already, but I'll let the calculator do it. Second trace number 5. Enter, enter, enter. And what's my answer?
5 over 1. Or
Look.
1 over 5.
Look, what's my answer? 1, 1. Do y'all see those in red? X is 1 and Y is 1. See where they kind of go over 1 and up 1?
Yep.
So that's your answer. So that's part of it. The first thing is we would put 1, 1. That's very important. That's the whole answer. But on this one, guess what I have to do? I have to graph it. So what do I need in order to graph it? I need some numbers. I need some info. All right, I'm gonna move it right there. So for the blue one, y'all look at all these numbers it gives us. Okay, pick whichever ones you want to graph. All right. So what ones would you graph? I would say
6 and 5.
I'll do 1.
look at the blue. I would definitely do 1 and 1, and then I would do -3 and 6. Okay, so you can pick the easier ones. So I'm gonna go -3, 6. It's off the chart. It's okay. I can kind of tell where it goes. What was the other one? 1, 1. There we go. How's that? Now let's do the red one. Pick some other numbers. How about 0, 2, and 1, 1? Does that look good to everybody? So over 0 up 2, over 1 and up 1, and this one looks like it does like something like that. There's our answer. Okay? How is it? Is it just terrible? Yes, no? Your graph is on this one is messed up? Oh, yeah, it is. Just press Zoom 6 if you or ask me if you ever have a problem. That's okay. Yeah, if your graph is like not in the middle like mine, press Zoom 6 and it'll fix your graph. Okay? Alright, now y'all have your paper. Why don't you start on it? And some of them are a little bit harder than the others. The last page, or I'm not sure, at some point on here, there's probably some answers that are different. Like your graphs don't cross, or your graph is the exact same. So I'll help y'all on those as you get to those. Let me pause our video for a second while y'all work.